In a speech last week, Hillary said we should empathize with our enemies. The text of it is unbelievable. She said America should understand and empathize with, quote, the perspective and point of view of our enemies, helping to, quote, define the problems, determine the solutions. She said smart power, quote, left no one on the sidelines and used every possible tool and partner to advance peace and security. Clinton called for respect for our enemies. What planet is she living on? Our enemies are ISIS that beheads people on the internet and then laughs about it. Our enemies are Assad, who gasses his own people. Our enemies are Putin, who grabs every piece of land anyone puts in front of his nose. Our enemies are Hamas and Hezbollah that go around killing school children and blowing up school buses and temples. We're supposed to empathize with these people? Hillary's statement indicates almost a refusal to understand the concept of evil, or to understand the concept that with some people, force is the only way to restrain them, and that empathy is treated as a running joke, a weakness that invites further encroachment. Neville Chamberlain found that out the hard way. What were we supposed to do? Empathize with Adolf Hitler and understand his problems and see the world through his point of view? And what do we do after we do that? Do we forgive them? Do we forgive bin Laden after we've empathized with his point of view? Do we sit down with Al-Qaeda and say, yeah, you know, Jews are really horrible, awful people. I sure understand your point of view. Is that what she wants us to do? There's something even more disturbing about this from Hillary, though. And this is explained well on Eileen's new website, which you should check out every day and please sign up for, thehillarydaily.com. thehillarydaily.com. Hillary gave this speech in Georgetown at the Foreign Service School. And she is so immersed in the conventional wisdom of the gurus at the State Department, who've embraced the European notion of soft power. No force, no coercion, not even any threats or tough talk. Just engagement and understanding and empathy, and gradually you hope to bring them over and around to your point of view. It's the mantra in Europe. And for Europe, it makes sense because they're so traumatized by 2 world wars, they can't begin to take decisive action. But the United States, if we cave into soft power, there'll be no force for good left in the world. The disturbing thing is what Hillary said. But the more disturbing thing is that she mouths the ideas of gurus. Throughout her whole life, she's always depended on one person to guide her, and then she goes from person to person. During the healthcare debacle of '93, it was Ira Magaziner. I was involved in some of that role during the White House years. When we got into the Senate period, she was reliant on the Armed Services Committee staff in the Senate that led to her hawkish positions on the Iraq War. And now we have her embracing soft power and the dogma of the State Department. This is a terribly destructive point of view and really makes you wonder if Hillary should ever be commander-in-chief.